happy to be on your show.
Thanks for being here. It's Fonzie, ladies and gentlemen. You still get it everywhere you go, I bet.
I do. I don't care.
It doesn't bother you.
I had a great time.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I really did.
Who, you know...
And what a great time it was walking out and having the whole audience standing. That's very nice.
See, they're nice people on this show. People who come here are nice people. Now, I know in the pilot episode of Happy Days, you were not really a central figure, were you?
No, I had 6 lines, as a matter of fact. And I was a fringe character. I was supposed to be like in 7 out of the 13 shows.
And you didn't have a leather jacket?
I didn't. I wore a McGregor kind of golf thing.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to be cool in cloth where the collar kind of droops like a nerd.
Right.
You know, I spent a lot of time going, yeah.
Now, what happened? It just took off? Gary
Marshall,
right?
Marshall went to ABC and said, look, you are afraid that if he wears leather, he'll be associated with crime. That's absurd. ABC said, okay, we'll let him wear leather if he's with his motorcycle. And then you'll notice that from then on, I am with my motorcycle in bed. I'm everywhere, so.
It was a great show.
Thanks.
How many years did you do it?
We did it 11 years. We did 255 episodes.
Unbelievable. You got the lunchbox. You got the doll.
The doll.
The best thing about the doll was when it did the A. Look.
E. You know where I got the thumbs from? I got them from 10th grade history, from the Gladiators.
Yeah.
And the, you know, you live, he dies. And the only thing that the Fonz added was, I'm not so sure.
That's right. Yeah. And, you know, the show really did teach kids lessons. I remember when Fonzie wouldn't say he was sorry or that he was wrong.
He couldn't say he was...
Right, right.
That's true. Now, if you have all of that...
Yeah?
I brought you...
Oh, what'd you get me? Something good.
I found an original belt, the Happy Days Fonz belt for Parker.
Wow,
for his jeans.
That is vintage. Look, it's got Richie and Ralph the Mouth and Patsy. You still see, like, any of those guys?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I know you're friends with Ron and everyone.
Ron and Marion.
Yeah, oh, Marion Ross.
And Gary.
How great.
Sure. And also for nighttime reading, one of the original comics.
What does Fonzie see in the crystal ball?
Not much.
I know from being such a Mary Tyler Moore trivia buff, that was your first role on TV.
It was.
You played Rhoda's date in the Veal Prince Orloff episode.
That's right.
That's right. You had one line.
I did.
Say it.
Please pass the salt.
That's right. Do you remember that? He and Rhoda had to sit up on that little table near the terrace.
Unbelievable, because when I arrived in Hollywood, I was there for 2 weeks. I went to the producer's office, Ed Weinberger, and he said, I don't have a script. I don't know what you're going to say. I know the one line, please pass the salt. And while he was talking, I took a glass of pencils. I emptied them on his desk. I picked up one pencil. I cleaned the glass. I said, when you get a moment, don't go out of your way. Could you please pass the salt? And then continued the conversation about just arriving from New York and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you were only here for like a few weeks, right?
Yes, I was there for 2 weeks.
And all your friends in New York, they were mad and jealous. You went out to L.A., boom, you got something.
And a lot of them said, you know, we cannot do television. We were trained for the theater. It goes against our aesthetic grain,
right.
They said. And then they all came to visit me on the set and said, could you introduce us to anybody?
Exactly. Can you help us out a little bit there?
Sure.
We have a clip of you. A lot of people know Laverne and Shirley, of course, a spin-off from Happy
right.
Days. I don't know if people know that you and Laverne actually dated on Happy Days.
I was very lucky.
You were. Take a look. Take a look. So fun to watch. And it's still on now. It's on in reruns.
No, it's on. You know what they did? In September, they just started on Nick at Night.
Nick at Night.
And it got, I think, the largest rating in the history of the classic TV thing.
So you have a whole new generation of people going, hey, Fonzie.
It's the absolute truth. Now, the children of the children who used to watch are now coming to me and saying, I'm going to be you on Halloween.
Yep.
You know?
Who knew, right?
Oh, unbelievable.
What a lot of people don't know is that you're also a big producer.
Well, 5, 6.5.
No, come on. No, MacGyver.
MacGyver.
That was a pretty big show. Did you know that Henry Winkler produced that show? And also, sightings.
Sightings.
UFO sightings.
Unbelievable. Ann Daniel and I executive produce it, and then Steve Krupnik in L.A. keeps it on the air.
Now, it is on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yes, it is.
Which a lot of people don't have.
Because if you don't have the Sci-Fi Channel, you know what you have to do? You have to look and you have to call up your cable company and say, I want my Sci-Fi Channel.
Just like MTV in the old days, you had to say, I want my MTV, you have to say, I want my Sci-Fi. But you nicely gave everyone in our audience a videotape of the show. That's pretty nice of you to do there, Henry.
And those are taken from the files of sightings.
Now, do you believe in this? Were you interested in this before the show came
Always
about?
interested. I think it is such fascinating material. And we do stories from all over the world.
Yeah.
And all of these people can't be crazy. Do you know?
There's a lot of people.
Oh, and then some of the greatest scientists of the 20th century. Arthur C. Clarke truly believes that he can make contact with some living form out there.
Well, you know, there's that whole MUFON thing and all the Bud Hopkins books and
Unbelievable.
Whitley Strieber. Once you get into it, it's kind of, you know, it's compelling.
We just did a story down in Brazil. You know, there was the Roswell story in 1947. There was a crash, and there were supposedly sightings of actual beings from the craft.
Right, and they're supposedly being held somewhere.
That's right, in Area 51.
Which they showed on Independence Day, remember? They did a little, like,
absolutely.
hint towards that.
The government, of course, says it doesn't exist.
Right. Yeah.
And the same exact story just happened 2 months ago in Brazil. We sent a crew down there.
And did you see them? Do you have pictures?
I have not, but what is interesting is Americans were already there covering it up.
See that?
Yep.
I believe in it.
Hello.
You know, my sister tells me not to tell everyone I do because she thinks that people are going to think I'm a wacko, but I am, because I believe in it.
But that's the great thing about sightings, because now what happens is it brings all of these people to the fore. They're all saying, yes, something very strange happened in my life, and now other people are feeling more comfortable.
You see that? So watch it. It's on the Sci-Fi Channel. Henry Winkler, you know, you're the best. You are. I love you. Fonzie, we're like this. Thank you for being here.
We're not just like this.
No.
No, because if the Fonz was here, you are the kind of chick he goes for.
Oh, yeah?
Am I right?
Nice to know, nice to know. Hey. Stay tuned, Tracy Chapman's up next.